Yo, welcome to the Women's Basketball Lounge podcast. Grab a drink, grab a cigar, grab whatever your festivities are, and let's go.
We're back.
We're back, and we got so much to talk about.
So much tea.
I know. I want to check in on you and see how you doing and all of that, but I kind of just want to get into it.
Well, I mean, quick update, obviously, as we get into it. Went to the Final Four, had an amazing time.
Right.
Just been on the road, I just been on the highways and byways and these planes, girl. Even though these planes been going down, I've been on these planes. I've been catching flights, not feelings. What about you?
Wait, what? Okay. No, same. Like, I've also I've been not traveling, but just settling into life. I'll say it like that. Like,
Okay.
I'm at the peak of a transition, and I'm excited for some really cool things that are coming up for me. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I gotta say real quick, your lips is really glistening right now. So
Are they? Well,
if
thank
you're watching
you.
our video podcast, they really glistening.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. But
Well, let's get into it.
Because you went to Final Four, and I'm excited to talk to you about that, which is why I haven't asked you any questions about it. I haven't said anything because I'm like, let's save it for the pod. So
Right.
yeah. First of all, before we get into the
Okay.
results and how we feeling about the results and all of that stuff, I just want to talk about your experience at the Final Four for a little bit because I haven't been yet.
Yeah. So you haven't been to any Final Fours?
I haven't been to any Final Fours yet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. You want the good or the bad first? Which one you want?
However you want to give it to me. Good, bad. I
All
like
right,
bad news first. Give me bad news first.
Bad news first. Okay. The bad news is Turney Town for Final Four is not better than Turney Town for WNBA. So
Okay.
I feel like WNBA Turney Town is way better. And Turney Town for Final Four. Well, correction, right? Your preference. Turney Town for Final Four is kiddish. It's for the kids, right? For WNBA, it's kind of a little bit for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It got more for everybody, but Turney Town for NCAA is very kiddish, and it doesn't have much sponsorship as the WNBA does, which is actually shocking because more fandom is in the NCAA. So that was the downer.
Yeah, I guess so.
That was the Debbie Downer, which I was really disappointed in. That was the only bad thing, but I would say definitely loved everything from. I love basketball games in a hockey arena. So they were in a hockey arena. It's great. I feel like for women's basketball, hockey arenas would be the size of hockey arenas are perfect. It was a great, perfect atmosphere. Everybody could see the court from everywhere. I mean, you couldn't get a bad seat. You know what I mean? You love an arena where there's no bad seat in an arena.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And then just Tampa just had everything. I need to go back. I really want to go back for my birthday. Because I just love the city. Of course, Player Society was out there. They had their own pop-up shop, which was pretty cool, and everything. So that was dope within itself. And then there was just mini pop-ups everywhere that people were doing and just being outside, active. I mean, coaches was outside, players was outside. You saw WNBA players. The All-Star game was fantastic. If you need to, when you go to a Final Four, definitely go to the All-Star game because you're going to see, stars just sitting next to you. Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins, I'm sitting right behind Skylar Diggins.
Wow.
Where they do that at? Skylar Diggins is here. Right? That's for men, that's sitting behind Steph Curry. you're not gonna sit behind him. Like he gonna have bodyguards, all this. So it was just great to see that authenticity still in the women's game at the All-Star game. I mean, everybody that was there from it was really cute. Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Miller was coaching together against Nancy Lieberman. So that was pretty cool to see, and it was pretty cool to see the last time the kind of the lower tier D1 players play against each other so that they can kind of see where they fall in the WNBA draft. So it was like WNBA scouts there as well. So it was just good. It was good all around. I stayed busy.
Yo, that sounds so dope. Like I've been to Tampa before, and so I know what the weather vibes give.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm maybe next year I'll go. I don't know why I haven't been to one yet, but maybe next year.
I will say last thing, Glorilla was so lit, the free concert.
Oh.
Glorilla's concert was so lit that they had to close, like it was outside and it was free. Outside free concert. They had to close the gates because they didn't want people like, you know, like everybody's seen the most famous movie, Selena movie, where they like cave in the cage and because there's like too many people pushing in.
Yeah.
So they, you know, so it was like so many people that came. So they had to close the gates and you had to like, if you were late, you had to watch the show from outside the gate.
Wow.
Or like get on top of a bridge or something. But she did the thing.
I've been hearing that she puts on a good show. She's actually going to be here tomorrow in Las Vegas. And I was thinking about going to the show, but the show is actually standing room only. It's one of those shows. Like it's only like standing tickets, and I'm almost 40. I've outgrown that. I've done that before for some artists. I've done it for SZA. I've done it for Anderson .Paak. Like before both of those artists like got big. But yeah, the way my age is set up now, I can't. And she has an opening act too. It's like I would do it if it was just you, but yeah.
Well, I feel like this. I feel like artists like Glorilla, like Boosie, like they are good for standing room because you're going to get up and dance anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to convince you to go. You know
for
what
sure.
Like those
but
are
I think,
standing room.
And actually, yeah, but that's part of the problem because, you know, actually I've been seeing like in the media, not been seeing, but I saw on Instagram, she had to shut down her St. Louis concert because people kept fighting in the crowd. So it's like, man, I'm too old for that. It's more that, like I can stand because I'm going to be moving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when people are standing, they get very, people become less conscious of space, you know, and how they're using space. Yeah, I've outgrown that. So I'm going to have to go see Glow when I can buy a seat to see Glow because I love Big Glow. But anyway, back to basketball.
Yeah. Yes, back to basketball. So, I mean, Final Four has happened. It has came. We did our brackets.
Right.
You know, did you have them in your Final Four? Did you have UCLA, Texas, Carolina, and UConn in your Final Four?
Now, in my Final Four, I had UCLA, Notre Dame, South Carolina, and UConn.
So when Texas beat Notre Dame, that
killed me. Yeah.
That killed me.
Yeah. I could have still came out on top if UCLA had won everything just because nobody had picked UCLA to win it. So, but we see what happened there. But who was in your Final Four?
Honestly, I picked the Final Four.
Really?
I picked the Final Four. UCLA, Texas. Because you know I gotta go for the home team. Like I just knew that they were gonna beat Notre Dame. Because I feel like even though Notre Dame beat Texas early on in the season, it kind of was not in a Texas does well in like set game environments, and they don't do well in tournaments for some reason. So I knew that they were gonna capitalize on that, and then TCU didn't. They just didn't have enough to get to the Final Four. So out of that region, I had Texas coming. But of course, everybody, UCLA, obvious reasons, South Carolina, obvious reasons, because their region just couldn't handle it. Even with Juju, I still just thought, even if Juju wasn't hurt, I just thought that UCLA was just, I mean, they played each other 4 times, and
Yeah.
yes, USC beat them twice, but UCLA has also beat them twice too. So,
Yeah. I
but
figured UCLA would beat them again, even to your point, without what happened to Juju, which is terrible, awful.
right. So, well, excuse me, USC. I didn't see USC beating UConn again.
Okay.
Sorry, Juju didn't have enough, I felt, to beat UConn again. Like, Gino is Gino, and when Gino get in tournament time, Gino is a perfectionist. So
yeah.
And that's what UConn bring. And I just felt like the USC coach was she's just too young. She got to put a little more wins under her belt to be able to beat a coach like Gino.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's talk about how the Final Four played out a little bit, because there were some surprises.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you go.
Okay, so in that first matchup, we had UConn and Texas, right?
No.
Who do we have?
We had
South
Texas
Carolina and
South
Texas.
Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we had UCLA with USC. UConn. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, because that's where we got messed up. Okay, so we got UConn with UCLA and Texas with South Carolina. Both kind of not fun games to watch, in my opinion.
No. Well, the Texas and South Carolina was fun up until halftime.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Texas was holding on, and Madison Booker got in foul trouble, and that really frustrated her. And then Vic sits her out too long. Like, I feel like it's Final Four. Like, she got the foul. Like, he didn't want her to pick up a third foul, so she sit on the bench with 2 fouls. Like, what the hell, Vic? Like, let her get the third foul. Who cares? Like, everybody knows once South Carolina get a lead, there's no chasing them. Like, keep her in. But first half was good, but then it was a blowout. I mean, but I was just proud of Texas for being there. And then the second game, I mean, that was a massacre. That was a massacre, Mick. Oh my god.
That was so hard to watch. Going back to the Texas and South Carolina game, I agree. I thought the decision to bench Madison Booker was a little feel like the nerves got to him. It was a little anxiety. You could tell that was an anxiety-induced decision. And I think it's because she got that second one so quick. Like, it happened so quick.
So back-to-back.
Yeah, so, but I'm with you. I think he should have let her get the third one. Like, you can't let them get behind. And that's essentially what ended up happening. And it was...
Because they was winning. They hit the first punch.
Yeah.
They was up like 12-4.
Yeah. So then, because at first, at the beginning of the game, it was like, uh-oh. Like,
it was like, wake up, South Carolina.
Right. But then the UCLA and UConn game was just hard to watch. It's the best way I can describe it. Like, oh my God, UCLA. And I like the UCLA team. I had them winning all of it. They looked like they were deer caught in the headlights. They looked like they didn't know what to do with their hands, where to be. I feel like once, they couldn't score through Lauren Betts, they just completely fell apart, which was strange to me because they have shooters all around her. Like, but it was almost like nobody felt confident enough to actually say, okay, I got this. I'm going to put the team on my back. And we're going to get this done. And so, that was not a championship team.
Are you ready for the exclusive?
Yeah.
Okay, exclusive. Period. It is hard to get to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. It is hard on your legs. It is hard on your knees, your back, your mental space, Twitter, Instagram, like all of that. And we already know, like, to watch different documentaries, Kiki and Lauren are both hard on themselves mentally, right? And they actually go to sports psychologists to work through their higher standards for themselves, and the disappointment in themselves when they don't reach those higher standards. So that's not the exclusive. The exclusive is I have a dear friend, heard it from her directly. She was actually on the show. T. She saw UCLA the night before the game. She saw the coach. Gave him a hug, chopped it up with them. Not gonna get into specifics, but she came back to me and she told me, she said, Mimi, they looked like zombies.
Oh, wow.
They were dead.
They were tired.
She said that they were at like a gathering or whatever, eating or whatever. And, this person is like well connected. So she went over to say hi to the head coach and to the players and hugged them and stuff because she knew some of the players. And she said, Amy, they looked exhausted, like they were ready to go. Like they just looked like zombies. And literally that's what we saw play on Friday night. We saw zombies. Like, I'm not going to discredit their game. I'm not going to discredit their coaching preparation, the coaching, nothing. Like, we have to understand, and we hold on to a higher standard too. We have to understand that it is monumental to get to the Final Four.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is.
Absolutely.
But no, Mick, some people think like, oh, we didn't get the chip, so it was a waste of time, or, it wasn't honor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we are disappointed. Like Dawn is disappointed to get to the Final Four, but she got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't give that enough credit. So the fact that UCLA got there in their first year is phenomenal. But I mean, think about it. The coaches knew all that. Like, you got to have an experienced coach like a Dawn, like a Gino, where you know what it takes to get to a Final Four. All of that stuff has to combine, right? Like when we went on a state run, and even at the high school level, imagine at the college level now, at the high school level, when I was in high school, we had our injury report. Like everything just bonded, right? Like it was the least injuries we had all year, right? The leadership was there, right? We were gelling with chemistry on the court, passing the ball, moving the ball quickly. Things outside our life wasn't affecting us. Like there's a lot of things that go into play into winning a championship, and people just think what's on the court happens. But there's just a lot of things so it's like that's what makes going to the Final Four even bigger, because people overcome so much for basketball. Basketball season is like the longest season ever in any sport. And so I just the exclusive is they were exhausted. They were exhausted. And so like imagine how Juju was gonna be if she would have got to the Final Four. Like they planned 40 minutes. So a good coach has to learn to manage their players' minutes, like manage Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice's minutes. Like if you want to make it, you can make it to the Final Four. You got to manage that in the early season, all that to not wear them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that is tea. And that it makes sense with what I think we saw that game. Because I think part of it is the lack of experience, right? They've never been there before. And I think that honestly, what I saw was like, somebody needs to be willing to say, like, I'm gonna put the team on my back. Like to me, and I just feel like they don't have that yet. Maybe they'll get that through the transfer portal. Besides Lauren Betts.
Well, you said anybody.
Well, I mean, I guess I should have clarified. If Lauren Betts can't hit, if they disarm Lauren Betts, which is what UConn essentially did, they just disarmed Lauren Betts. That's it. I feel like UCLA has to become so deep that if you disarm her, you're basically arming somebody else. And that's equally dangerous. And
like disarm Paige, you got Sarah Strong. Disarm Paige, you got AZ Fudd.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
And I think we needed Kiki Rice, and we didn't see Kiki Rice the way we needed to see her. No shade to, her talent or nothing like that. I think it just looked like they weren't ready for it to
Right.
me. But
And so,
it's their first time being there as an organization. It's that coach's first
right.
time being there. Like, I think next
Yeah.
year they're going to be something people should worry about, because now they have the experience. Now they know what it feels like to be there. So,
Ooh, I don't know, this transfer portal girl. Ooh, it's shaking some shit up, girl. We gonna get into that.
we're gonna get into that. Let's get into the
yeah.
finals game.
Well, yeah. Well, I was That was a good table into UConn, because you're like, hey, you shut down Lauren Betts.
Mm-hmm.
Who else steps up? And so what's the new trend is, in order to win a chip, you need a big three.
Mm-hmm.
You need a big three. And that's what UConn had. UConn showed up with their big three. Texas didn't have a big three show up. The only person that showed up was Madison Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Right? UCLA, the only person that showed up was Lauren Betts. South Carolina, nobody showed up. Malaysia didn't show up.
I thought Raven Johnson showed up.
But she's not a big three. What I'm saying is double doubles, 15 plus points. I'm saying a big three, right?
Yeah. Well, I also want to talk about the effect of not having Ashlyn Watkins, because I think that's a huge loss. I think if South Carolina has Ashlyn Watkins, I think we see a different turnout. Just being honest, like, not saying they would have won, but saying they wouldn't have lost like that. It would have been a closer game.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you, because Sarah Strong, nobody could guard her.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody from South Carolina. Don was pulling up a player that barely got 8 minutes a game. I forgot the girl's name that was trying to guard Sarah Strong. But she was a beast, and they needed somebody to put a body on her, and they just didn't have nobody.
That's the one that went to the transfer portal, right?
Who? Sarah Strong?
No, on South Carolina's team.
No, it was the other girl.
Okay,
it was the other girl.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the other girl with the wigs and stuff. This girl had on braids and stuff. But I just say, like, you gotta have a big three. And UConn's AZ, Fudd, Paige, and Sarah Strong showed up every night in the tournament. Mm-hmm. Every night. That's the recipe.
Yeah.
That's the recipe.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, UConn was definitely the best team. Like, they just,
and
they showed that over and over again.
Shout out to all the UConn fans. They showed up and showed out in that building. I felt like that was a UConn home game. Okay, honey?
Wow.
Texas was like, this little big, and then you had UCLA like that little big. Well, UCLA was like that big, then Texas was like that big, and then South Carolina was like, okay, I'm going to open it up. But then UConn had the whole arena, the whole upper deck. They showed out. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense to me, because people were so excited to see UConn back in it, or back in a championship game, that I'm sure people turned up for it.
Yeah, I was kind of debating, like, either to cheer on Paige, because she's coming to Dallas, #1 draft pick.
Yeah.
If we don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, Dallas. But cheer on South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So I was happy for Paige. I was happy.
Yeah, nice. It's a little bit of a conundrum. I want it for South Carolina every year. I want Dawn Staley to win a ring every single year for the rest of her career. But being honest, like, just as a fan, as a consumer, I didn't see that for them this year.
Right.
But there's always next year, and we got some interesting shakeups happening, like between the transfer portal and people declaring for the draft. I think we have some interesting shakeups that happen in the NCAA that will also affect the WNBA this season, which is exciting to me. Which, by the
right?
way,
You
y'all
got
see I'm wearing my WNBA shirt today because we almost there.
yes.
It's we passed college ball. We gonna start talking WNBA now soon.
I feel like she extra excited now. Like, we're back.
I am.
Okay. So let's talk about the all this shaking up and transfer portal before we get into the WNBA draft and who's going to the draft. Let's talk about this portal. I mean, there has been so much going on between coaches moving, kids moving. I mean, we have a major star. We have
I
major
haven't heard
stars
anything about
in the
coaches
portal.
moving. You're gonna have to catch me up.
Correct. So let's just start out and let's go. Samaya Smith, LSU, post player.
Yeah.
Like, don't like. She's in the transfer portal.
I like it.
I like it too. I feel like her and Moki just really couldn't. She doesn't fit Moki's system.
Yeah, I feel like she was a little bit underutilized.
Right. Right. So let's go in contrary to that. Ohio State. McMahon.
I like
Dog.
it. I like it.
Dog.
I like it, but I like it for selfish reasons.
And guess what? She started following LSU.
Yeah.
2 days after she got in the portal.
Yeah.
She's following their Instagram page. So what that tell you? Moki's going to get another Anissa Morrow, another Angel Reese. Boom. That's her style of play.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both kind of, full transparency, we recorded an episode that we didn't release. So we talked about this a little bit on that episode that y'all will unfortunately probably never see until we do like a random footage episode. But that said, we kind of thought that might be a little the move for LSU, that they would go after McMahon and shake up the team a little bit. So
yeah,
I like the idea of her going to LSU. I like the way that feels. I think that's part of what that team needs, because LSU needs somebody else.
Yeah. Post player. They need to go to post player. I feel like they got the big two, Flage and Michaela Williams, but they need that strong, dominant post player always. So
while we're talking about LSU, quick pivot to Flage Johnson, who did not declare for the WNBA this year. Right. Which I think is a shakeup for the W a little bit, by her deciding to stay in another year. What do you think about that? What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it for Flage. I think, not to say that, I'm not going to talk about, she needs to tune up this but no, she can go to the W right now and average 10, 8 to 10 points, come off the bench, but I feel like right now, as far as building a foundation financially for her family, she's at an all-time high with popularity and fandom and everything. And now that Juju may be out an entire season. Next year, I'm predicting like 90% sure.
I hope not. I'm hoping we see her back in the tournament.
I mean, she got hurt in March. Like, come on, y'all. It takes 10 months to recover from an ACL. It takes 10 months. So, with that, like, NCAA needs faces. Like, you need a face. Like, Asia's the face of the W, right? Like, Breonna Stewart, all that. Like, you need a face. Like, NBA, Michael Jordan was a face. Now LeBron is a face. When LeBron leaves, they're thinking about Anthony Edwards, all those things. So, like, Flage, like, now that Juju might sit out, right? Like, the NCAA is going to need those. Haley's gone. Haley Van Lift's gone. Paige is gone. Like, so who else is there? Juju was going to be that next face. But unfortunately, when I'm sitting out, like, Flage needs to stay to keep that, you know what I'm saying? Keep that machine going. So I love that she's staying. I love that Olivia Miles is staying. So that they can keep this train kind of moving, keep that face.
I like Olivia Miles staying too. Olivia Miles is in the transfer portal, right? And Flage Johnson is not, but there are some rumors that Flage Johnson might get in the transfer portal, which I think Flau'jae wants to win, and I think she wants that win
No,
with
it's
LSU. I think she wants a ring. I think
yeah,
she wants it with LSU.
yeah. It was confirmed today, actually, that she's gonna stay with LSU. I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
she can't leave all that money on the table
Yeah.
because just a little TMI, but sometimes when you go to a school and you're at a school and they get you an NIL deal, those NIL deals only stay with you if you attend that school. So
Hmm.
some NIL deals you can't carry with you. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes sense. But Olivia Miles is going to TCU, which I love it. I'm going to see her play her last year because she'll have no
Nice.
more years after this. But I love it for her. Coach Mark Campbell is a good coach, and he was able to change and help Haley Van Lift. Now Haley Van Lift went from the bottom to the top.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She's on Sports Illustrated, all that. Going into the draft, we're gonna talk about her later. But he does wonders, and I know why Olivia Miles is going there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, so I just felt like her with Hannah Hidalgo. She probably felt like she loves Hannah Hidalgo, but she wants to be the
Hmm.
point guard, the star. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
She
she
don't she
can
don't
be.
want to give that
I
up.
think she can be if given the space.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So who else? Oh, Miller. We talked about her on the show.
we did.
Rutgers player. What's her first name?
Kiyomi.
Kiyomi. Kiyomi Miller. She's in the portal.
Kiyomi
She hasn't
McMillan.
chosen McMiller. She hasn't chosen her school, but she got it down to like 6 schools.
Just the amount of demand for her. Like she got it down to like 6.
Six schools. So I think that that's pretty cool. I mean, we said it. We said it on the show.
We did.
We said she gone. But that's pretty cool. But also, I don't
Do
I
we
don't
know
know
which?
names by heart.
My bad. Do we know which 6 schools they are?
I know St. John is one. I know Tennessee is another. I can't think in my head, but
Okay.
it's mostly Eastern schools who everybody on the East Coast. So
What
she's gonna
position does
stay
she
on the
play
East Coast.
again? Sorry, I don't have my laptop close. Do we
Shooting
know?
guard.
She's a guard.
Shooting
Shooting guard,
guard.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of same position as Juju, which is why people are gonna excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we have 2 role players from USC in the transfer portal. The white blonde girl shooter, she's in the portal, as well as the Chinese girl. UCLA have 2 people in the portal.
Mhm.
Jordan Baker, and the other black girl post player. I don't know her name. But I'm like, why would you go get in the portal? But I don't like that. I don't like the USC players and the UCLA players in the portal because I just felt like they got something to prove. Like, stay with your team one more year and come back strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want to talk about that a little bit too. And a comment that Dejanay Carrington made that's been getting some attention, but
Oh,
we're gonna come back to
yeah,
that real quick because I want to hit who else
yeah.
is in the portal. I
So big
think
one. Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a quick prediction, a quick hot take. Kiyomi McMillan ends up either at USC or UCLA. One or the two. That's just a quick.
That's not on. That's
Huh?
not on her list. That's not on her list.
But we don't know all the other schools who on the list, right?
Yeah, I know. It's no West Coast schools on her list. Like, none.
Okay.
It's all East. It's all East Coast schools.
But do you think that might have changed for USC, who now needs a shooting guard? Like, they now need somebody.
I mean, that can change, but at the same time, like, I want like our viewers, like, this is a fan's perspective, right? Like, but we got to be realistic. It is hard for schools like USC, UCLA, when they're not in the middle of the United States and they're on the one side and New York's on the other side. It is hard for them to freaking recruit. Like, it is hard for Dawn because she's on the other side of America. Like, Chloe Kitts was a shocker, right? Of her to get Chloe Kitts. But like, she's lost a lot of players to the West Coast. because it's hard for players. They don't want to move all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just don't. So it's kind of like, I get your point. Like, they need it. Like, go jump on that. But some coaches, they just think that way. Like, oh, she's from such and such. I'm not going after her because she's not coming over here. It's too far from home. Like, they think like that.
That's just a quick hot take.
Yeah.
For me, we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so one of the more shocking entries into the transfer portal, Malaysia Fulwiley.
Yes.
For South Carolina is now in the transfer portal.
I saw that coming, and I actually wanted us to do a show beforehand, so y'all know we were supposed to do it, but I didn't show up for the show. Nick showed up for the show.
It's all good. It's
but I really wanted to talk about that. I really wanted to talk about that because what I saw at Final Four, and then I even sent you a video, right, where a person was talking about Malaysia for a while. Remember, I was like, hey, I want to get her on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that video. And she gave so many facts to where Malaysia's points average is down. Her assist is down. Her rebounds, her minutes played is down. Everything is down from her freshman year. Like her sophomore year, just y'all think it may seem like a good year because of where South Carolina went, but as an individual, she just did not thrive. And even we've seen some practices where I've had some friends go and watch their practices, and Malaysia will get a steal or make a good play or whatever, and she'll get a layup and do something fancy with it. And Don's like, why the hell you got to do all that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
I could see that tension starting to grow between them.
You saw it in the
final game. It felt like
game.
Don wanted to calm her down a little bit for whatever reason. I'm sure Don has her reasons for that.
Yes.
I'm sure there are very good reasons for that. It's not like she's just trying to stop her from shining, but it seemed like there was tension around discipline, on the court discipline, meaning
oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good point. On the court discipline, right? Because you have to, there is a such thing. People forget, right? Coaches like shit a certain way. A good coach likes structure, right? And you have to be a player willing to play within that line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to ride the bench. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And I feel like, this, what the lady was saying is, Dawn is the type of coach where she has a different style game. Dawn likes to play through her bigs, right? Where the guards are just, quick passing around, quick guards, taking people to the hole. But she likes to play through her bigs, and Malaysia's just not that type of player, in which Dawn didn't let her dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She kept her kind of in a box. And I feel like Malaysia Fulwiley would do wonders in greatness at LSU.
Ooh, that would be hot.
Moki will let her fucking dance.
I gotta take a drink on that one.
Moki will let her fucking dance. Do you hear me? Malaysia, she already cool with Flage. You got Michaela Williams there. You know what I'm saying? Go get the Ohio State girl. I mean, it's gonna be a circus over there.
Yeah.
The system that Moki create. She just doesn't fit good in the system that
she's in Malaysia is more of a flamboyant player, and LSU is more of a flamboyant team.
Yes, and that is okay because guess what? That's why there's a such thing as different players, different schools, different personnel, different coaches. Each coach, you have to find your coach that matches your coaching style. You know what I mean? So good luck to her in the portal. I definitely see LSU got it in her inbox. I definitely know that. I don't know that, but I'm guessing. You know what I'm saying? But
I would like to see her go out of that area. I don't know if she would. I don't know where Malaysia Fulwiley is from originally.
South Carolina.
Okay.
South Carolina. Yeah.
So then she might not go too far, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, I would love to see her make a big move, one that's will add some pieces to some of these teams that's missing pieces.
Yeah.
Like
I
Notre Dame.
No, she not gonna let her dance. No, she gonna put her in a box just like Dawn did. No,
Notre Dame.
no.
I want to see UCLA get any piece, but adding Malaysia for Wiley to what they got would be insane. But
Yeah.
we gonna see though. Like I could see her ending up at like TCU or something like that too, like somewhere in that area. No, you don't think so?
TCU's not fancy. Like he's a box coach. He gonna put you in the box and he gonna run everything through his point guard, which is Olivia Miles. She's the star of the show. Why would you come to TCU? You know, Malaysia, like TCU don't have no money like that to pay you. I feel like she gonna chase a bag. She want to chase a bag because she supports family. Mom is a very huge support system within her family. She provides for her family just like Flage. So she either gonna go to like he has to go. She's not gonna go Big 12. She's not gonna go Big 12. No.
Okay.
She's gonna go somewhere with money. Like I see a USC, right? Juju sit out a year. She becomes the star of the show for a year. At USC, Malaysia for Wiley holding it down, and then boom, you know, you still got Kiki Iriafen, you know, there, and she doing it up with her. You know what I'm saying? And then Juju come back the following year, and it's like butter. You know what I'm saying? So I think she gonna definitely go big time. She gonna definitely make a big move, but that big move, she definitely gonna be chasing the bag.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think LSU is a really good fit for her, actually. Like I really do. But I kind of want to see her do a bigger shakeup than that. Like to me, that's just more of the same to me. Like yeah, it's a different team, it's a different style of play, it's a different coach, but yeah, I would like to see her shake it up just a little bit more than that. But we'll see what happens.
But you know, just quick little thing, and we'll move on. So, like, I'm on my laptop, right? And sometimes I'll leave it on like MSN, like screen, and it'll like show like top news of the day. You know, like what the hell Trump doing? You know, tears, like just news of the day. You know, like global news. Malaysia for Wiley made that slideshow. Like Malaysia for Wiley in the transfer portal. Like that's how big she's become.
Yeah.
Like you're next to like fucking who made the slideshow is like a new military jet, like global news. Yeah. Like for Wiley's on that. Like that's crazy. But anyways.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we gonna see. We gonna see. And we gonna see who Don picks up to replace her.
And contrary to that, that is why she went into the portal today. But yesterday, the day before that, the Florida State girl, who's the leading scorer in the NCAA, committed to South Carolina.
Yeah.
So now you talk about a big show, big three, stars and everything like that. And guess what? She plays in Malaysia for Wiley's position.
Yeah.
So Don went and got somebody that plays in her position. Do you take you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, it depends what came first, the chicken or the egg. Did Don go out and get somebody who plays her position because Don knew she was going to get in that portal? Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Did Don go out and get somebody to put in that position because she doesn't trust Malaysia for Wiley? I will say this. I don't love the transfer. Just personally, as a fan, I want to see Malaysia stick it out with South Carolina and see it through with them, because I do think she probably got at least another ring in her over there, if not two. Like if she play it right. So to me, like, I don't love the transfer. Just as a fan, I like her in South Carolina. But ultimately, you know, she got to do what's best for her. So, yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, let's get into it. The Dejanay Carrington tweet, you know,
yeah, that's
loving
a good
the
segue.
Transfer, sticking to loyalty and all that. Do you have the tweet? Could you read the tweet?
I don't have the tweet, but I know what it says. So,
okay, go ahead.
Basically, Dejanay Carrington said in a tweet that she thinks that anybody who transfers in college should get one freebie, meaning they can transfer one time without penalty. But after that one time, they should have to redshirt a year. Now, this comes from back when Dejanay was playing, which is really not that long ago in college. Like, if you transferred, you had to redshirt a year. Those were the rules before NIL. So she's basically making like a proposition saying, because you and I have talked about on this show how the players have all the control now. And what she is proposing is like something to, you know, give the coaches a little more control and also discourage, I think disincentivize people from just like making a quick change, you know what I mean, year to year. And so I actually like the idea. What you think about it?
I think it's great. You know what I'm saying? I think it creates loyalty. I think it puts power back in the coach's hands a little bit, because it's like, you got one time, motherfucker. You got one time. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I think there needs to be a limit on how many times you can transfer. Because at the end of the day, are you even getting real degrees?
At that point.
Like, if you transfer, like, let's be honest, like, there's only certain shit that transfers to certain universities. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting into your major. We all been there. We all, you know, college grads. Like, once you get into your major, a lot of shit don't transfer from university to university, especially on East Coast, West Coast, South, North, all that. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, people?
But
you know
a lot of that is also like somebody looking at it and making a decision on whether or not it transfers. So I feel like athletes get a lot more leeway with stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Girl, they'll replace a class. And I mean, South Carolina made up a whole major for Joyce West. I mean, I said Joyce West. Joyce Edwards.
Who
right? Like,
played
they made
amazing
up a whole
ball,
major.
by the way. Shout out to Joyce Edwards.
Yeah. But, you know, it definitely needs to be limited. Love Dejanay's idea, because guess what? Like, in the WNBA, who was it that requested a trade? And they was like, no, we're not trading you.
That was
Connecticut. Mabry.
Mabry requested another trade, and they said no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, Mabry, we went to go get you from Chicago Sky, paid a lot of money for you, gave up draft picks for you. You come here, we don't get to the finals, right? You're not gelling with the team, and, you know, we trade people, and now you want to jump ship and ask for a trade. No, you're going to sit here.
You have a contract.
You're going to sit in this mess.
Yeah.
You have a contract. And that's reality. That's real life. This NCAA, that ain't real life.
Agreed. So, yeah, we on the same page about that, for sure.
Yeah. So let's get into the WNBA draft.
We got the draft coming up on Monday. Woof. Okay.
Look at us segueing it out. Look at us making transitions.
So I think it's interesting with some people not coming into the draft, like Olivia Miles and Flau'jae Johnson. I do think that shakes things up a little bit and actually gets me excited for next year's draft. Because Vegas doesn't have great picks for this draft. So, yeah. Let's talk about it, though. Like, who are we excited to see? Let's start with Paige Beckers. We're excited to see Paige Beckers going into the draft.
Yeah, I am definitely excited. I got my ticket to the Wings draft party. So I'll be in Arlington at UTA at the Wings party. So I'm just definitely excited. She deserves, number one draft pick. I'm definitely curious. Can I be a little messy? A little bit?
Go for it.
So if Paige wouldn't have got hurt, wouldn't have torn her ACL, declared for the draft, in which if she wouldn't have got hurt or ACL, she still kind of would have had that same fandom, right? You know, she probably, could have got a chip sooner than later, right? Because let's be honest, all 4 years that Paige has played, right? Played, she's gone to the Final Four. You know that? All 4 years. So with that being said, who would have got the number one draft pick? Caitlin Clark or Paige?
That would have been interesting.
That would have been some shit.
But I think that's probably why she didn't declare. Like, I think that's I mean, not to mention also just probably wanting a ring, but like, yeah, not a good time to come out with so much hype around Caitlin Clark. Like, she's in a situation now where she is the hype and she can, be the hype of the draft and the thing that people are waiting to see. But yeah, we got some other folk in there. Do you have it? You got it up right now?
Predictions page will be number 1 with the Wings, number 2 spot. They're saying that the Seattle Storm is going to go with Dominique Malonga from France. She's a 6'6"
she's an international player.
International player, an international player, top 5? What? Top 3? Yeah. That's crazy. And
from France, the same place. What's her face? Last name Williams.
Christina Crystal. Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby Williams.
Gabby.
I was like,
bro, we didn't name her Gabby. We don't even know her name. Gabriella.
Gabby. I think they were calling her Gabby Williams, but yeah, Gabrielle Williams.
Gabby. Chicago Sky has the number 3 pick, and they're going with, and this is predictions, people.
Yeah, mock draft.
Sonia Citron, which is a player from Notre Dame. She's a 6'1" guard. It says Citron has good size for a guard and can really shoot the basketball. She got range on her jumper, and it is elite. Has elite free throw shooter. Has first round potential. I mean, I don't see the Chicago Sky doing that, but if they do, you fall in the Wings' footsteps from last year's draft. Just saying, but I don't know. You a Chicago Sky fan? Number 3 pick. That's the best you can do. Just saying. Number 4. I think the Sky should choose this person instead of her. The Washington Mystics have Kiki Iriafen.
I agree. I think that's 4. Who the Chicago Sky should pick up.
Well, they have Camilla and Angel Reese.
So,
okay. We're just gonna go big. No guards. We just
figure out what to do with her later. Get her, because you don't want Kiki. You don't want Kiki Iriafen on someone else's team. You don't want to play against her.
Right, and she could be Camilla's backup or Angel Reese's backup because one of them get hurt. They play tough. Yeah. She come off the bench. Yeah. Golden State Valkyries, new team. They're going after the Maryland player. The Maryland player with the goggles. What's her name? Cheyenne Sellers. Yeah. Cheyenne Sellers. Mm-hmm. Great player. Showed out against the Alabama game. Like, I like that for them. What about you?
I think okay. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to envision the Valkyries right now, but
yeah. You don't.
I can't picture what they need on their team right now because it's hard for me to visualize their team. But I don't know. I need to look at their roster and put a 2K team together and play with them just so I can see what that might look like actually.
Okay. So, and check this out. Washington Mystics has the number 6 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They have the number 4. They're going with Kiki Iriafen.
If they get her, I think Chicago Sky is going to pick up Kiki. I don't think they're going to get her.
I hope so. So if this goes right, Washington has Kiki Iriafen at 4. They have the number 6 pick. Guess who they going after at number 6? Anissa Morrow, LSU. The Mystics got to rebuild after, Deladon and retired. Yeah. So they going after some bigs. They going after 2 bigs, 2 major bigs.
What do we think about Chicago Sky going after Morrow?
They not. Why would you put Morrow and Anissa Morrow? Why would you put Morrow and Reese together? Like, no, Anissa Morrow is not big enough. Okay. Like, you can't have both. You can't have both on the same team. Not to say that they don't gel well because they did great with LSU together.
That's what I'm saying.
But the W is taller. Like, you gotta play players like, JJ, from New York Liberty. Like, these are tall motherfuckers. So Anissa Morrow and Angel are not that tall compared to them. They're on the shorter spectrum of post players. So, but just my opinion. But this is exciting. This next one, number 7 pick, after winning the fucking WNBA championship, the New York Liberty has the fucking number 7 pick. and they're going after the Kentucky player Georgina Amore.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
She's like another Sabrina. It's like you got two Sabrinas on the team,
Yeah,
and she could shoot it deep. She could clutch that.
yeah. They need another one.
Hey, but you gonna be sad because they get her. New York Liberty coming for Ace's head now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we gonna see. We gonna see. New York is definitely slated for a back-to-back, but I'm rolling with Vegas all the way. Like, I think we got the pieces we need.
Okay. So, and then number 8 in Indiana Fever is going after at number 8 Tahina Pow, South Carolina.
I like Tahina Pow. I like Tahina Pow a lot. So yeah, wait, which team did you say? You said Indiana
Fever.
If they pick up Pow, they're gonna be a hard team to beat this year.
Will she even make the roster?
You don't think so? Not you don't see it for Tahina Pow.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about the Tahina Pow in 2024 that won the national title, helped Don win the national title. 2025 Tahina Pow did not do a little of nothing. Like
I feel like she affected the game. I feel like she had some bad spots, but I feel like she affected the game whether she had the ball or not. Like, she didn't score a ton, but I feel like I think Tahina Pow is an excellent defender too. So I don't know. I just think she'll add depth to any team. Like, she's not gonna come on and get you probably 12 points a game, but she'll come on and get you 6. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, last one I want to point out. Well, last one in the first round, I want to point out. Minnesota Lynx is going at number 11 pick. And they are predicted to go after Sanaya Rivers from North Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
I like that for the Minnesota Lynx. But I just, again, will she make the roster? The Minnesota Lynx is booked and busy.
I think we're gonna see a lot of trades, a lot of moving. I think we're gonna see a lot of people get cut, and then I think we're gonna see a lot of people picking them up. And I think that some teams are going to be able to come up big and make some season-changing decisions at the point that those cuts are made. So I think the draft this year is not as exciting as what's going to happen when we see who actually makes the roster and who gets cut. Like, I think that's going to be a crazy time.
Right. So I see it in second round, the Minnesota Lynx, they're going after Roy Harmon from Texas.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just don't see the Lynx going after anybody that is, I mean, I'm not hating that's actually going to make a team, right? In which Roy Harmon, like, this is an old list and a predicted list. Roy Harmon has actually, as of yesterday, said she's going back to Texas. So now the Minnesota Lynx got to go find somebody else. In which Haley Van Lith is predicted to go to the Las Vegas Aces second round at number 16. In which, if they're not going after Roy Harmon, point guard, then they might go after Haley Van Lith with the Minnesota Lynx. And now the Aces is having to find another backup point guard because you done let Kelsey Plum go. You know what I mean? So you're going to need, a fresh new point guard because let's be honest, Chelsea Gray getting old. She did show out at Unravel, but she getting old. So
I think for this year we're probably okay. We got Dana Evans on the bench, so I think for this year, like, they don't have to make a power move this year. So if they lose Haley, I think it'd be great to have Haley Van Lith. But if they lose her, I don't think it puts them in a spot because they got Dana Evans. They got some other depth on there. They relying heavily on Jewel, Chelsea, Asia, and Jackie. That's the Aces. That's who they got. That's who they rolling with. You know what I mean?
Well, they're predicting to go after Haley Van Lith at second round at 15. And they're predicted to go after Sedona Prince at 22 second round. So they're trying to go after both TCU players that have chemistry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But do I see Like I just don't see Sedona Prince gelling well with Asia because Sedona's a softie. You know what I'm saying? And she got a lot of mental issues going on. And Asia's like, when we on this fucking court,
yeah,
let's go. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to be no pity party. But there's also a rumor that the Dallas Wings want Sedona Prince and wants to get their post players younger. And she's already in Fort Worth, so an easy transition to Dallas. So she's really been working out, you know, and getting familiar with the Wings. So we'll see where she ends up. So, but
I don't think Sedona. I don't think Aces. This is just my prediction. I don't think Las Vegas will have a chance to get her. I think Sedona Prince is predicted to go later in the draft than she's gonna go. I think she'll go sooner than that.
Question: do you think Raven Johnson should go back to NCAA and not? Because if she does, then she's predicted to go to the Wings, and she'll be a third round draft pick, in which most likely third rounds don't make the roster. And all that. So do you think she should go back and play for Dawn?
I think she should go back to South Carolina. She got unfinished business. I feel like next year is going to be so big for Raven Johnson. Like, the respect for her only keeps climbing year after year. She only keeps getting better year after year. I think she should go back to South Carolina. I don't think she should declare this year.
Me too. I agree. I definitely agree. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for Paige to play with Rake. I'm excited for the Aces to have a comeback story because Asia's been in the gym, getting hot. I'm excited for New York Liberty to do a two-peat. You know what I'm saying? Do a back-to-back. They're already calling it. I'm excited for Defisa Collier to play with a chip on her shoulder because they cheated her on that last.
Because I was going to say one thing about it. Everybody talking about the Aces with New York. Like, Minnesota got something to prove. Like, they got something to prove, and New York got to get it through them. So, yes.
I'm excited for the Valkyries to prove themselves.
Let's see what you got.
Compete and be a new team. I'm excited for Atlanta Dream. To have Brittany Griner and gelling her with those younger guards, with a veteran post player, and being in that Black Power community where she can thrive and be herself and be genuine. I'm excited for the revamp of Phoenix. Phoenix is going whole new system, new players, building chemistry, seeing what they're going to come out with in the woodworks. And everything. So this is just
LA should be an interesting team to watch this year too. We're gonna see what they do. Notice I didn't say they're gonna be the champion.
They'll be interesting.
I said they're gonna be an interesting team to watch this year. Yeah.
I mean, Plum Dog gonna be a dog, but I mean, I just think LA they just need more. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely still got some missing pieces.
De'Erica Amby did impress me in the 3v3. Tournament as well. So and then what's white girl name? Blonde
Brink.
Brink is coming back with Chelsea Plum. So I'm excited about that. I don't know what the hell I don't know what the Storm is gonna do. That's what I'm not excited about.
but it's almost that time, so we're gonna see pretty soon.
Oh, and definitely excited about the Indiana Fever. And what they got with Alyssa Thomas, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. They're going to be...
It's going to be great to see. Here's what I know about Indiana as a place. That's a lot of Black people for the Indiana Fever. And I'm saying that people from Indiana going to know exactly what I mean. Think about what happened when you had the Indiana Pacers that had Jermaine O'Neal. And whenever Meta World Peace, whenever it gets too Black up in there, they break it up. So it's a lot. That's a lot of Black faces for an Indiana team, but I love it, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's gonna be dope.
Well, we're gonna go live on Monday, draft day on the 14th. If you are not anywhere, make sure you are watching the WNBA draft. And we're gonna try to go live and do something and keep you all updated
Yeah,
with
at least get
everything on
some
our story.
reactions from us. Mimi's gonna be at a draft party. I don't know where I'm gonna be, but we gonna try to catch up with
Mhm.
each other at least for a few minutes for some reactions, maybe to see some of the more controversial picks, all those things. But yeah, I think we did a show today.
We did a show today. We did it. We did it. You can follow me on Instagram at CoachJ.Green. CoachJ.Green. Send me a message. Let's talk basketball. Love talking basketball. I talk shit, so be ready for me to respond. But you love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Mick.
You can find me at Ask for Mick on all social media platforms. And also, I'm going to throw out my website. It's mickthomascomedy.com. It should be up by the time this episode comes out tomorrow. But that said, I got some shows coming up that I need to pub. On 4/18, I'm back at Mom's Basement Theater doing some stand-up at the Catholic Guild Presents show. And then on 4/20, I am with Cineverse TV's Couch Locked with the Cineverse for the He Is Risen show, the 4/20 show. That's going to be crazy. It's at the Composers Room in Las Vegas. You don't want to miss that show. I mean, you don't want to miss the other shows either, but you really don't want to miss that show. If you've been looking to see some of my work, you can see it there. It's a sketch show, but it's live sketch as well as pre-recorded sketch. So some of my writing is there. But yeah, come see me. All right, that's it. Bye.
Peace.